listener behind.
A woman here who I've known for many years, and it's kind of funny how we met, but we'll talk about that. And this is a woman who has a lot of drive, a lot of passion. She's really into communities of Yucaipa, and more importantly, she cares about what she's doing. I mean, it's hard to find people with passion. I hate to say that. A lot of business owners I've met are very nice, but you don't feel the spark, the passion. This woman doesn't think. She all night. I should say. I'm sorry. She doesn't sleep.
She doesn't think.
I don't think.
Some days.
Obviously, I don't think. She does not sleep. All this woman does is think about new things and what to do. And ooh. She listens to people, especially me, and she actually tries stuff I mentioned. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but she does it. So anyway, we'll have Mary Reuter on in a few minutes. Anyway, other than that, how you doing, Izzy? You're all bundled up. We're looking like it's cold or not.
Yeah, it's. To me, it's way cold. I know most people are like, oh, this is so nice, like T-shirt weather. And I'm like, oh, no. I have wool socks. I have, thermals on. I am cold.
We had talked to a friend yesterday. He's from Chicago. And I forgot it was 30 minus. It's crazy. And I said, yeah, it's really cold here. It's, 58 or so, 62.
He's like, oh, that's balmy.
That's our summers here in Chicago. So it's kind of fun. But, yeah, it's kind of weird out there. It's I think the next couple of days it'll be cold, and I think it'll be easing up next week.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Thank God.
But California, it'd be raining one day, sunny, and then snowing. I mean, it's crazy. But,
yeah, I think our plants are going to shock.
Yep. I want to let you know, next 2 weeks, the station, we're going to be doing, because of the holidays, they're letting the engineers off, which is really good. So there'll be a repeat. So we'll have a couple of shows next week, and the week after repeated. So just to let you know, and a brand new one in January. So, and you'll have my predictions and also my my wish list, my culinary wish list of the year. I have it every year, and it's going to change this year, I think. But anyway, it should be fun. So before we get started and talking about Soaring Swine Acres, which is I'll tell you what, before I talk about that, just go to it right now so you have it in front of you so you can listen to. It's Soaring, SOARING, swine, like a piggy, SWINE, acres, ACRES.com. So it's soaringswineacres.com. You can look it over and stuff, and then when you talk to Mary, it'll make more sense to you. So anyway, I want to tell you about a couple of our sponsors, All Magic Paint and Body. What's really neat is if you get into an accident, you really want a body shop that cares that what you're doing, that takes pride in what you're doing, and does it right. And All Magic Paint and Body definitely is number one. It's family owned and operated. They use state-of-the-art equipment and tools to ensure optimum results. They use the latest technology and computerized color matching, specialize in frame repair with their modern laser measuring system, and they are OEM certified. I'm not sure what that is, but it's very important. Not all body shops are like that, I found out. So.
I guess you look for OEM
I'll have to look at that. Yeah, I
certified.
have no idea. Unless it's food, I don't know. I don't care what that is. So, All Magic Paint and Body rental car assistance also is really neat because what they do, if you just go to and drop off your car, they'll arrange a car for you to pick up and also to take it back there. So you don't have to go back to deal with Hertz and National and all those other ones. So that's really good. And the best of all, there's lifetime guarantee on all their work. And they really care. They do a lot of follow-up with you during the process of fixing your car and afterwards, which you don't find very often. All Magic Paint and Body, Auto Paint and Body collision centers are located in Norco, Eastvale, Moreno Valley, and in Fontana. And their website is allmagicauto.com. That's all, A-L-L, magicauto.com. And I'll tell you, if I like it, if I'm a food critic, and I'm particular, and especially Izzy's very particular with cars, and she's very happy with the work that's been done. So it's nice and shiny, and you never know that it was rear-ended. But it works good, so that's all I care about. So that's number one. Another one I want to tell you about is Tobias Maynard. Now, being a food critic or being a foodie, you got to have good teeth. I mean, duh. And a lot of times, we're ready to eat out and something happens, you break a tooth. I've done that many times, or I've had everything happen to me. So this is my dentist of choice. For one, he's very friendly. He talks to you, not down to you. He explains everything he does. But best of all, it's painless dentistry. And I really like that. I know Izzy's a wuss. She gets her teeth cleaned. She's going to be knocked out and everything, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought so. You said you're a wuss. You're always saying that.
Yeah, but not that way.
Okay, well, how about with dentists in general, right?
Well, if they numb you up, I don't like that feeling.
No, see, so you're a wuss.
Yeah.
Anyway, these guys are really good. His staff are very friendly, and it's holistic cosmetics, dentistry, and they really care about you. That's the main thing, and they work with you. So, again, it's Tobias Maynard, and he's located in Redlands. His website is Pearly, Pearly, Whites, like your teeth, WHITES, DDS.com. That's pearlywhitesdds.com. Tobias Maynard, Maynard in Redlands. Highly recommend them.
And last but not least, to raise a Shanghai Bistro was located next to Redlands DMV,
Right next to
located on Lagonia.
Now,
But they
gonna
are
be
moving.
Yeah, probably in about 3 weeks. They're moving to a beautiful new location in the Packing House District here in Redlands. It's going to be a huge restaurant. And we were talking about fresh food. The owners really care about what they deal with. The head chef is the owner, and
Yeah,
he's
in the kitchen
literally
day.
every day.
Yeah, every day. And they prepare everything fresh. And so they make their own house-made pot stickers. They make their own
Dumplings.
dumplings, and those soup dumplings. They make crispy pork spare ribs with garlic, the spicy lamb with cumin, or with the toothpick lamb.
What's
Yum,
your
yum.
favorite?
And then the sweet and tangy deep fried orange peeled beef, and also the savory basil spicy shrimp, and lots of vegetarian dishes, which includes one of Alan's favorite, which is
I love it. It's a hot and sour soup, and this one has a little heat to it. So at the end, it really gives you a kick to it. It's fantastic, and I saw the new menu, gorgeous menu. It's a lot of pictures, which is really good because it gives you the opportunity to try new items, and they're very knowledgeable. And they'll work with you if you don't want pork, you want chicken instead. They'll do that. So I mean, they'll do anything for you. And they have a lot of new items, and especially
Really?
I never told you this. I met with them last week. They're going to eventually be doing some dim sum.
ooh,
They want to do dim
yum.
sum, so this will be the first in our area, really.
Oh, I'll be so
But,
excited.
but it's called Ray's RUI''S Shanghai Bistro. It's Ray's ShanghaiBistro.com, right?
Nope,
Or net,
.net.
.com, same thing.
Ray's ShanghaiBistro.net.
It's RUIS, ShanghaiBistro.net.
Yep,
Very,
correct.
very good. And the very last one, whew, we have to do this. Again, this is, happy season and everything, and the holidays and everything, and people are busy running around. But unfortunately, some of us have problems with families and situations come up. And if you are being involved in a divorce, and just an incredible, really a lot of stress, there's two lawyers firm that I really, really highly recommend. It's called Bowler & Bowler Family Law. And they're located in Redlands. It's the Inland Empire's premier family law practice, specializes in divorce, prenuptial agreements, spousal support issues, same-sex marriages, child support, non-marital relationships, paternity issues, and anything related to family law. They've been in business for over 50 years. It's a father-son, Sean and Toby Bowler. And what's nice is they talk to you. Again, they don't treat you. Sometimes you talk to lawyers and they don't care. They just want the money. Not these guys. They really care. They really fight for you. And their staff are very friendly. If they said they're going to call you, they call you. If they don't know, they tell you and they get back to you. So I really like that. And again, that's why they've earned a reputation of being very professional and a great family law practice. And I was actually recommended by two women who lost to them. Their husband hired them, and they said, we lost, but he's so good that we recommend him. So this you can't get better than that, So again, it's Bowler & Bowler, Bowler and Bowler Family Law Firm. Their telephone number is 909-335-4848, and their website is bowlerandbowler.com. That's bowlerandbowler.com, and hopefully you'll get through everything, and usually works out good, and hopefully it'll work out for you. And make sure you have someone good on your side, and Bowler & Bowler definitely is my top pick for lawyers, definitely. So, whew, I'm hungry. I don't know what that has to do
Worked
with
up an appetite just talking.
Well, we went to Soaring Swine Acres today. They had an event there we
know.
were invited to, and we'll get into that. But with us is a woman who I've known for about 5 years, maybe? Seems like 5 years. One day I was walking at market night in Redlands, and I saw this little booth, nondescript booth, with her and her son, and there's free samples. It was like going to Costco. It was great. So I was like,
Alan never passed up a free sample.
oh, I usually get dressed up, different disguises. So I'll hit it 4 or 5 times, and I'll wear a burqa. I'll do anything. Free food? Are you kidding? So anyway, I tasted her jellies, I think it was, and I was like, wow, this is really good. And after talking with her, I talked a little bit about her history, and she was a teacher, and for many years, and this is just something she just kind of stumbled upon and has done an incredible job. And I'm just saying this as a friend. I'm just very proud of you. I mean,
thank you.
You've gone so far,
Yeah.
and you've had some up and downs, but mostly ups. And so anyway, Mary Reuter is here, and she's the owner, founder,
Cook, bottle washer, jar
everything.
washer, everything.
Soaring Swine Acres. She has a store, a small, cute little store in Yucaipa, right off of California. And the website is soaringswineacres.com. And what's nice is with the holidays and everything, she ships things out. She'll get it to you in person right away. And everything's small batch and fresh. That's what I really like about it.
And it's unique, right? It's not like the mass-produced Costco kind of, products. So people can't just buy it anywhere. It's something very unique. It's, basically a craft-made item. It's a limited edition because some of these items are just seasonal. So, I mean, it's really a treat to have these items, to taste them and have
it tastes
them.
better than Smucker's. I can tell you that. I just want,
Thank you.
I'm telling you, I want to be honest.
Well, that's just sad comparison right there.
Well, a lot of people buy that crap, and if you like corn syrup and garbage, that's what you buy. So
Well, yeah.
you pay for
Well,
what
there
you
you
get.
go.
Let's put it that way. So, okay, Mary, let's talk real quick. Briefly, you were a teacher, and 30 years or so?
I was a special ed teacher for 38 years. I taught emotionally disturbed children at the middle school level.
Wow.
I know that's kind of redundant. All middle school children are a little bit wacko.
Yeah.
But I loved it. And I started this business before I retired. Just
before,
figuring,
okay.
Yeah. So I figured this will be a good retirement thing. I'm not somebody who sits very well, and doesn't do much of anything. So I needed
Don't
something
look at
to
me
do.
when you say
I
that.
am not.
She's just
I'm
staring
not
right at
swearing.
me. Jeez. God, I don't take it personally here. So, okay, so now jams and jelly, is that something you grew up with? Because a lot of times your mom or grandma used to do that, and mine never did, but did yours do that? Is that how you got
My
involved?
mother didn't. My grandmother, my mama, on my dad's side, she was from Mississippi, and my grandparents were actually sharecroppers, and they didn't waste anything. And she was the one who canned everything. So I grew up eating her pickles, her pickled pears. That was one of my favorites.
Pickled pears.
Pickled pears.
Ooh.
I know, really very interesting. I have not perfected her recipe for that.
I want to
just
try
can't
that when you
quite
perfected
get
it.
it. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm still working on it. But she was the one who canned everything. And the issue is, I am her spitting image. You are looking at my mama right now. Because I look exactly like her. My dad and my uncle would always tell me in their Mississippi accent, every time I went home, why, Mary, because obviously they didn't know how to say Mary. Why, Mary, you look just like mother. And I only knew my mama as a very old lady. I think I was 6 when they had their 50th wedding anniversary.
Oh, wow.
And so she was a little tiny, short, fat lady with gray hair and a hairnet. And apparently that's exactly what I looked like.
No, just 1 out of 3, but no, none of it is true. But now you were born where? In
New Orleans.
New Orleans, okay. My favorite city.
Yeah, born in New Orleans, love New Orleans. From a Mississippi daddy and a Mexican mom.
So Hispanic and
New
Southern.
Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah,
Wow.
Southern. So if I can't cook, there'd be something wrong with me.
Exactly. So basically, you just decided for fun. You just decided to do it, or did you have a business in mind? Of doing
No,
it?
I didn't. When we started, when we moved to Yucaipa, because my husband's family is from Yucaipa.
Okay.
When we moved to Yucaipa, we were given by my father-in-law apricots. He found out, he was told, that my daughter and I loved apricots. Bushels.
Not 1 or 2.
Bushels of apricots, and they wouldn't stop coming. And so I hate waste. So after I had created apricot upside down cake, I stuffed chicken with apricot. I mean, I
Ooh,
did everything I
yum.
could with apricot. We ate them until we were ill.
It could have been worse, like prunes or
Oh,
something. So.
that's true. That's true. Well, apricots will do the same thing, huh?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
stone
okay.
fruit is like that. So I figured I can't let this go to waste. I am my own mama. So I figured I can learn how to can. And so that was the very first thing, the very first jam that I made.
Oh.
It came out perfect. It was wonderful.
Wow.
And my husband really believes he's truly a farmer. So we have all kinds of trees and things that he was growing fruit. And I started canning fruit and giving it away to my friends. Every one of them kept telling me, you need to start a business. You need to start a business. Finally, when my son Michael quit college in the middle of, the economic downturn, I said, well, I can start a business and give him a job because he couldn't find a job. And so that's what I started doing. And that's how Soaring Swine Acres became a business in Ukaipa.
Now it's interesting what your son Michael, he's the one that came up with a lot of these recipes.
Yes.
And I thought maybe
In flavor,
Yeah,
the
and
really unique
and I
mix.
thought he was a food scientist or on so many drugs that it came out of his. I mean, how can he get so creative? And I mean, how do you know all this stuff and he gets it right all the time? It's not
Yes.
like not some things go, something. I mean, he's 100% right.
He is good at it.
And it really worked. And that's what impressed me was like, wow, this is something. These are two people who haven't stayed their lifetimes, generation after generation, and are willing to try things, and it works, which is something. I mean, but then to think it, to want to do it, to think it and do it are two different things. Now, you started out with a small little stand in Oak Glen.
Yeah, well, we
Oak
started
Glen, not
out-
Oak Glen.
Yes,
Oak
well,
Glen.
we really started out vending in Calamasa. That was their very first time we had a sale, and then we did all the sales in the market nights and things in Ukaipa, and then in Redlands, and it grew and grew until we rented a little shed in Oak Glen.
Real little.
Yeah, 10 by 10. And we started selling there, and that's when it really took off.
Took off. Right?
And so eventually we opened a 1,100 square foot store from 10 by 10 shed to an 1,100 square foot store in Ukaipa. And the people of Ukaipa have just embraced us and supported us. It's been wonderful.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I love that about Ukaipa.
Unfortunately, I know people who the community says, "Oh yeah, build a bigger one, and we'll support you." So I know a gentleman who put a lot of money into it, built his restaurant bigger and everything. They didn't support him.
Yeah.
Went out of business. I've heard that 2 or 3 times at least. So it's nice to hear that
We've
a nice
been-
community.
We've been so fortunate.
Good.
And we are continuing to grow. I am afraid to look for someplace else because then I'll have to remodel all over again. But we actually do need a bigger place.
Oh, wow.
We have other vendors who are in our store. If I love the vendors themselves and I love their product. So we have Maddie's Dog Treats and CBD.
That's what we use.
I know. It's wonderful stuff.
Love all their stuff.
Yep. Marlene Lopez is Bath and Body Creations. We have Matt's 3D Designs.
Yeah, no, those are awesome.
Yeah, they're very, very cool. He and his daughter do
Is that
that.
the wood ones?
No, that is Mr. Ron and Miss Pat. They were in Oak Glen.
Okay.
Also, they're wood creations.
The 3D
Oh,
art. What
those-
is that one?
What Matt and his daughter create ears, on headbands. Like there's, a large amusement park that does that. But he uses those ideas to create wonderful ears and jewelry. They're all the villainous kind of thing.
Okay.
And he and his daughter, she's 13, maybe 14 now.
Oh, wow.
And
that's
they work
awesome.
together and do everything
Oh,
together.
is that neat?
So it really
Kind of
is
like you
cool.
guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I love seeing Moira and Matt together. The good people. Good people.
That's great. You're listening to the Let's Find Out show right here on AM 1050, 106.5 FM, the stations that leave no listener behind. And this is Allan Borgen, the food critic, and we're on every Saturday from 4 to 5 on these wonderful stations with Isabel Bussey. And with us is Mary Reuter, who is the founder, head bottle washer, delivery, you name it. I mean, this is like almost a one-man
Taster.
operation. She's got some great help. Don't get me wrong, but this woman's really. It's the passion. You can see the passion driver. She's like the ever ready bunny that keeps going in battery.
Energizer.
Anybody,
Yeah.
whatever. The same thing. I don't know. But anyway, that's what we're talking about. Her wonderful store and her products we'll get into right away. It's called SoaringSwineAcres.com. If you go to the website, have so many things. You have to have at least 250 over.
We have over 300 products now.
My goodness.
Now, some are seasonal, so we don't have every single thing all
plus
the time.
it's small batches, so
Yes.
you will run out of things. So highly recommend you call up and say, do you have it? If you don't, when do you think you'll get it?
Exactly.
And guess what? Mary delivers. If she says within 2 weeks, call me and it happens. So,
We'll have it.
Right. So, okay, let's talk about, we're talking about jams and jellies.
Okay.
So now you've got some new ones here.
I do. Y'all have tasted
Before
so
we
many
taste it, I
things.
want you to talk about, in terms of, it's all pretty much natural, right?
Yes,
You
they're
don't use
all
any,
natural products.
No corn syrups.
Nope, no corn syrups. We use either raw honey or what do you call it? Pure cane sugar. I'm from Louisiana. We make sugar in Louisiana, so cane sugar. Our fruits and vegetables are fresh. We purchase locally when we have to buy something. So this jam that I want y'all to, it's a jelly.
Talk
that
about
I
the
want y'all to
ingredients
taste.
first.
Okay. This is a jelly that nobody has ever heard of. It's called mayhaw. And mayhaw is the official fruit tree of Louisiana. It grows on a tree. It's a tiny little berry that looks like a cranberry.
Okay.
You cannot eat it off the tree because it'll just make your face go, "Ew." It's just dreadful off the tree. But when you cook it, it makes an unbelievably sweet and tart jelly. When I heard about it, because I didn't know, and I'm from New Orleans, my husband was the one who said, okay, mayhaw. It's like, I don't know what that is. And he was appalled because I'm supposed to be the expert on everything that is
Southern.
Louisiana. So we have this wonderful jelly. I called friends in South Louisiana and they went, oh, mayhaw? You're going to make mayhaw? And so we did. So this is a very unusual jelly. There you go, Izzy, if you want to pass that
Yes.
to Alan.
There you go, Alan.
It's sweet and it's tart.
I love sweet and tart. That's my favorite combination.
Wow, this is real tart.
And I love to give people jams.
It's mostly tart and sweetness comes after it.
Yes. Yes.
But it's so, it gets you right at the corner of your, gills, kind of. Oh my goodness. Yum.
Tell her the ingredients.
Okay.
This is the fun
Mayhaw,
part. Mayhaw.
sugar, a little bit of citrus, lime or lemon, and pectin. That's it.
That's it. Oh
That's
my
all.
goodness.
Joe is curious. He was giving me a questionable look like, what does it taste like? Oh, yeah, I know. Well, right here.
Afterwards, we'll look to taste.
Yeah, we'll give you samples. I have lots of spoons. So that's our mayhaw. I love giving people taste and selling them jams that they've never heard of or never tasted.
How many? I would say out of let's say you had 200
Yum.
jams and jellies. Let's just say 200. I would say 175 are unique. I mean, you may have a strawberry one. You may, but everything has a twist to it. I don't think you have
Yes.
straight
We
traditional. do you?
have straight plum.
Okay.
We have straight apricot because that was the first thing that I learned to make jam with.
And
Right.
your apricot
So-
is so good. Oh, my gosh.
We have a straight raspberry, but I make that really for one customer, for Leonard, who's become a friend. I love him to death. And I don't even put that out on the shelves. I keep that in the back in my storage room, and it's in a box that says Leonard's Raspberry Jam.
Aw.
So that when Leonard comes in, there's always raspberry.
What I'm trying to get at is in terms of being creative. I mean, some of these that you'll talk about are the most creative, different type of ingredients, and it just
Well, let me
that's
give
what's-
you
it's
one.
so exciting.
That people don't know about. This is our sapote jam. And sapote, my husband pronounced it. I married a white boy. My husband pronounces it sapote. But it's called sapote. Sapotes grow in South America and Mexico. They're a wonderful fruit that you wait until they're all overripe, almost rotten. And then basically you slice off the top and you use a spoon to dip out the fruit, and it tastes like vanilla pudding. And so we paired this.
Wow, that
Weird fruits, that's what we're about. This is sapote. We pair it with oranges so it tastes like a dreamsicle.
it's kind of like a light golden in color.
Yes.
It's thick.
And it's sapote, a little lime, because, I'm Mexican.
Oh my God, the vanilla. It's like it hits you right away. It tastes like vanilla custard. Then the back end,
it's sweet.
you get a little bit of the citrus. Not a lot, because it's not like citrusy, but it just in the back end, it kind of like, oh, that's lovely.
What's in that now?
Okay, sapotes, cane sugar, oranges, pectin, and a little bit of lime.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow, if you like vanilla and like orange flavor, this is it. I mean, literally, it's way better than a dreamsicle, I think.
Well, I think so too.
Yum.
But now you also do some. No, we're not going to have it now. But I'm saying sugar-free ones too. You've gotten into that. A lot more sugar-free ones now, and that's what's really nice too. Because as a diabetic or someone who's watching their carbs and stuff, you want something. Even though.
Okay,
fruits have
but
some
she
carb.
makes sugar-free stuff that doesn't make you go
That's
to the
sugar-free.
bathroom
Oh, yes.
or
No,
double
maltitol.
over and die on the
Maltitol,
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, she used the high-quality ingredients, which it's really hard to find because most people use the maltitol because it's cheap and but it really makes you sick. And her stuff does not. I can vouch for that because I
One day,
love it.
Izzy will give us a story of.
Maltitol.
Yeah, when I was.
Yep.
We'll talk
I have
about that
first-hand experience on maltitol. I never, ever, 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 ever have it.
So when you
again.
buy sugar-free candy, if it has maltitol, don't.
Don't eat that.
No.
Okay, oh my goodness. Okay, you're going to have to bear with me because I let this one get too cold. This is our sugar-free blueberry. So it got too cold, so it's a little grainy, but you'll be able to get the flavor.
I don't
I
mind.
hate when that happens. It makes me a little crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get because when jams get too cold, they get grainy, sugary, and there's nothing wrong with it, and you can nuke them, and they're fine.
Do you use stevia, erythritol?
No,
Erythritol?
we spent almost 3 years experimenting. No, not every day, but off and on, trying to find the right thing. Stevia leaves an aftertaste.
Aftertaste, yeah.
It had to be something that was all natural.
Monk fruit?
So monk fruit, very expensive.
Right.
So what we found was xylitol.
Xylitol.
And xylitol is fabulous. It doesn't leave an aftertaste.
It's good for your teeth too.
Yes, it helps build the enamel on your teeth. And it acts like sugar as a preservative because that was one of the issues.
So it thickens up.
Well,
Oh.
it keeps things preserved.
right.
So I make a wonderful jam that has no sweetener whatsoever, but you open it and in 2 weeks there's mold on it. So I can't sell that. I'm not going to do that to my customers. So xylitol was perfect. And what y'all just tasted was sugar-free blueberry pie. This has a little bit of vanilla in it. It has blueberries, xylitol, and pectin, and a little bit of citrus. Because jams need acid. That's why you
It
put
really
citrus.
does taste like inside of blueberry pie. I mean, like I don't like the crust, so this is like what I would scoop out and eat. It's so good. Oh my goodness.
Do you have anything with dragon fruit?
I do.
Do you really?
And I didn't bring that because I don't have a sampler.
Well, most
That's why I
people
didn't bring
don't know what that is, and to be honest, it's most Asians markets is usually have them, and they look really
no,
funky.
that or ethnic markets.
Yes.
Hispanic.
But it's real funky looking, and like most
Yeah, it's
people
a
would.
weird.
Ugh. But we tried it, and there's two: the red one and the yellow one. The yellow one is the sweetest one. But this thing is amazing. It's almost like
Yeah.
a kiwi gone on steroids. I mean, but it's very soft in the middle. You cut it. There's
The little black seeds, tiny,
It's
that you can eat.
that you
It's
can- oh,
edible.
yeah.
It's like chia seeds. That's what they taste like.
Yeah.
You know, like chia seeds.
But it's like 90%, if not more, fruit inside. The pulp is incredible.
Yes, you just eat all of it.
Yeah.
You take the peel off and
So
you
you-
eat
so
all
you-
of it.
so you do
So we make one. Now, I only make one thing with dragon fruit because dragon fruit is ridiculously
Yeah.
expensive.
Very
So
Yeah.
I don't want to sell jam for $35 a jar.
Yeah.
So I make one thing. It's relatively new. It's one of our goofy kind of jams. It's called COVID jam. It's a jam we want you to spread around. And And I was talking with my sister, and we were talking about COVID, and everybody was so
Right.
over it.
Yeah.
And when bad things happen, I tend to make fun eventually of it. And so I was talking to my sister Sandra, and we said, we can make COVID jam, COVID. And so it's cantaloupe, oranges,
Ooh.
vanilla. Now, the I was a stretch because there is no fruit that I can get or herb that is an I. Iridescent edible glitter.
Ooh.
And the
cool.
D was the dragon fruit.
Wow.
Ooh.
So it's really, really tasty. I still have some at my store.
I have to come by and
it
come
sells
taste it.
out quickly. So now I have another one. And Izzy, I'm doing this to get it over with because Alan likes to torture you.
Yes, he
Okay.
does.
This is our fire marshal. This is Alan's. I'm going to give you a way
Thank
different
you.
taste. This is fire marshal
Holy crap,
jam.
this is
I
like-
saw that whole spoon. I'm like, oh
Okay,
no,
no.
I'm gonna be on
There you
fire.
go. Okay, this is fire marshal jam. Our fire marshal jam is named for David Avila, who was a fire marshal in Yucaipa, and until this past week, he was our mayor. So it's part of our Honoring the American Heroes line. We make jams and jellies for firefighters, police officers, and all members of the armed services.
Famous food critics? Is that,
Yes, we do
That's-
make things for
that's- that'd
famous
be a-
food critics, and we are going to talk about one of those too. So
Ooh.
this is
Pineapple?
Nope. Yes, mango, pineapple, of course, cane sugar, habanero peppers, a little bit of lime, and pectin.
what's nice about this?
Holy bejesus!
I know. Okay, I'm a fixture.
I'm on fire.
Oh,
I'm
it's
a
not
fixture. I'm a
Not
fixture.
that bad. Not that bad.
Okay,
What's
first
nice,
taste,
it's
it's
sweet.
like sweet.
Yeah.
Then on the back end, you're like, okay, here he goes. The heat comes
It's not-
quickly.
it's not that bad,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's not scorpion.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
yes,
It's
it's
not
not a
scorpion.
scorpion, but
No.
I like to get it over with because I know Alan likes to torture you.
I know, and I'm a lightweight, so total lightweight.
But I'll tell you, any of your jellies
Oh.
and jams, I highly recommend mixing them with cream cheese,
Anything hot,
either as a
wonderful.
spread or on top of it. I'm telling you, that's the way to do it. Like this thing, it would cut the heatness,
Yes.
but you'll get it, but just enough of it, and
Yeah, put that on cream cheese. I can eat that all night.
or a
Oh,
spread, cheese
good
spread.
grief.
Even. Oh God, jams and jellies with cheese. Oh,
Okay, I'm going to give Izzy a big spoon. This one is, well, let me give this to Alan.
it's called wussy butter.
And this is for you. I know, I need to make one and name it after Izzy.
Wussy butter.
What's the butter? Oh my God, that's funny. We'll have to come up with the fruit.
Now this name,
Okay.
this name you'll love.
Okay,
folks.
so this one is like Daisy's having issues, like in the bathroom issues. So
Yeah.
that's what this look like.
And it's called reindeer poop.
Reindeer poop jam.
Reindeer poop jam. And this is our Christmas jam. It'll be done for the year in a week. And reindeer poop is bananas, Dutch chocolate, cane sugar, strawberries. Let me look. Oh, of course. What am I thinking? And I said Dutch cocoa. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And pectin.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
oh, it's got a little bit of apple juice because it's hard to make banana
It's all
jam.
fruit, pretty much.
Yes,
But
it's fruit.
first taste is like you taste a banana, but it's like, oh, like a banana split. Oh wait, there's chocolate. Oh my God, it's like a like banana split with chocolate fudge and all the fruits on it. That's what it tastes
I
like.
think Izzy's having a food orgasm.
I think I am.
I think you are. You're excited.
So that one's just going to be around during Christmas.
It's like a party in my mouth. Woohoo! I like that.
Excellent.
Okay, I'm going to torture you one more time. I brought a pickle.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay, I'm saving this reindeer poop for the next to cool down the next torture.
Okay.
Oh,
Get
I
a
think
good
I
one.
saw those.
Yes.
It looks so good, but I'm like, oh, spicy.
Okay, give that one to Alan. And I'm going to
What
get
is
you
this-
a little
What is this
bitty
called?
one.
The
This is
Hawaiian-
called Hawaiian heat.
Okay.
And this is pickled pineapple.
It looks so
With
good,
spice.
and oh my God!
So
I saw it.
it's
I was like, oh,
Pineapple pickles. And I think it's fabulous. You get that smell of that fresh pineapple because it's fresh pineapple. I don't use canned pineapple.
Mm,
It's very tangy, some sweetness to it.
It's a little sweet, and it has a little dill in it.
it's really good.
So it is yummy. And I'm trying to think of what pepper I think I put in it. Looking at it, it looks like chile de árbol, which,
Yeah.
chili from a tree.
But it goes away. This heat is
Yes.
not as hot as the other one. It's just a slight ting, like,
Yep.
hey, I'm here. But it's tangy. It's like really tangy, like vinegary, and
She should
but
be
it got
your
the
salesperson.
pineapple. Yum. And not the textures of that pineapple.
I can't
Yum,
afford
yum.
her. She's too good. I can't
Oh,
afford her.
She's incredible.
So that's our Hawaiian heat.
You're listening to the Let's Sign Out show right here on AM 1050 and 107, 1070. 1050.
1050.
I'm telling you, Jam does it to me. AM and anyway, we're on every
The
Saturday.
station that
from
leaves
4 to-
no listener
yeah,
behind.
Yeah, whatever. We're on every Saturday from 4 to 5 talking food, and this is what happens. It's just, and I'm happy. I'm having a food orgasm. I think, aha.
Yum.
So
Oh, good. You can rest tonight.
we're talking
Yeah.
about soaring acres. Oh yeah, I'm not saying nothing. Not saying nothing. So, wow. Now, jams and jellies are the primary things, but you've gotten into over the years. Every year you just can't say, "Oh, let's stick with this." You do barbecue sauces. You make a great Carolina sauce. You
Yeah.
make a sugar-free one that we love.
Carolina keto.
She can't keep it on the shelf. I
Yeah,
mean, it's literally.
I'm out of it right now.
I
will
talked
have
to
it soon.
everybody about it, by the way.
More
So.
mustard, vinegary base. It's really
Yes.
good. So you do salsas. You do pickled grapes. That was one that we.
Our galactic
Oh,
grapes.
Those are amazing.
Yes.
I mean, who would think that? But
I don't. Well, you know what? I found out you can pickle almost anything.
yeah.
And I don't like vegetables, but I found if I pickle them, I'll eat them.
But
Well,
these are like it's like a little party bursting in your
It's like
mouth,
it's like a
right?
boba, but
It's a grape.
better. It's like boom, it just hits you.
Yeah, but it's not like super like tangy. It's more sweet
It's a
than
sweet-
anything. Yeah, so it's like, oh, nice. It's like
And
a
you
burst.
put that with cheeses, pair it with cheeses.
I know.
Or summer sausage.
Oh, we had it with ham. Oh my goodness, with
Yep.
ham. Holy
Sprinkle
moly!
in
Now
your
again,
salads.
all these are available for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, or just wishing somebody a happy birthday or an anniversary. It makes
make good
great
gifts.
gifts, and you don't have to buy them. You can buy 10 of them. You can buy one if you want. It's just something very special, and it shows you put in some thought into it. It's not just buying seeds candy that anybody can buy. And
But
you know,
it's, I don't think it goes a long way. A little goes a long
Yes.
way because it's really flavor packed. It's not like the ones you get at the stores were watery and it's kind of like
Well,
you have to slop a lot of them.
this morning
it's
we
a
ta-
little bit. It's like wow, it just hits you. It's so much flavor.
we had a simple. We'll talk about that in a couple of seconds. A simple little sandwich. It was like a tea sandwich, an English tea sandwich. It was just white bread basically with a
I think it was
cucumber-
brioche. I think she
No,
made
it
you
was white bread,
White bread.
honey.
Really? It
Yeah.
looks like brioche.
Yeah.
In fact, it was cheap white bread.
Yeah, but very small piece with cucumber, real thin cucumber, and it had like a cucumber mint jelly.
Oh,
It's called
And-
cool as a cuke.
And was the cream cheese on there a little bit?
Well, what we do is we make a spread. In fact, I have a recipe
Ooh.
card.
Oh, okay.
We have free recipe cards at the store for a lot of the things that we make at tea parties because
Ooh.
people want to be able to do it themselves. So we have our cool as a cuke, which is simply cucumber jam with pure cane sugar and just a smidge of mint to have that cooling sensation.
So good.
So when we make the sandwiches, I make a mayonnaise with shallots and salt and pepper, whipped cream cheese.
Oh.
And I spread that first, then put the cucumber on it, and then I put cool as a cuke, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit dill in the spread, and just spread that and make that little sandwich and cut them
Wow.
into
it
squares.
is like to die for. So good. I didn't think, because you think a cucumber sandwich. But I've had it where it's just cucumber and the bread, and it was like, okay, there's nothing to write home about.
Yeah, we got to kick it up a notch all the time.
But yours is like out of this world. It's so good. I could eat that probably for a meal.
Yeah.
It's so good.
No,
Yeah.
you can,
Yeah,
so.
and I didn't think I'd like cucumber sandwiches either. I did them because we started doing the tea parties. And I've had two ladies from England who say that they are wonderful. So
That's
they're the
amazing.
ones who know.
But
That's
Izzy,
cool.
you hit upon something that's really, really important. It goes a long way. The jar isn't one of these big giant,
Yeah, it's an
It's
8
not
ounce
box
jar.
store.
no,
Yeah.
not like a box store one. but it goes a long way. You don't need much, and it spreads really well. And just a little bit, it gives you that undertone. So whatever you have it with, it doesn't overpower it, but it complements everything. I've tried it with cheese, with meats, with chicken. I've baked with it.
I know.
I've done everything with it. I've spread it. No, that's something else. So I won't talk about that. But anyway,
I don't want to know
I don't want to
everything.
know about that one.
no.
Okay, you're on your own that one. let's say, ooh, I
was
see a good nice syrup over here.
Okay.
That's another line you can do, but we'll talk about
This
it later.
is a sauce, and y'all had this sauce today with our chicken dippers.
And it's so good. I could literally buy the whole bottle and guzzle it down. That's how good it is. I mean, it literally.
You do have a
oh
drinking
my
problem,
god,
I know.
it's so appetizing. I mean, I could see this go with everything. I could put this in like water and make a drink
Yes,
out
you
of it.
could.
It's so good.
Yes, you could. Put it in your water bottle, shake it up. This is a pomegranate honey sauce. It is pomegranate, honey, and lime, and just a tiny bit of pectin to thicken it just a little bit. We call it manna from heaven.
Right.
And I love this. It's
really,
wonderful.
really good.
It's to die for. It's so good.
So again, we got jellies, jams, pickles. You've got salsas. Barbecue sauces.
Okay,
But-
now that's not enough.
No,
you know that's not enough.
She had nothing else to do in life, so she goes, "Oh, I think I'm gonna have to put, go more." So you started out with some new teas. Now let's talk about
Yes.
the teas real quick.
We started blending herbal teas. And I started this because I used to have a wonderful company to provide teas in my store. And she retired and moved to Tennessee. And so I said, oh my gosh, I love tea. And what am I going to do? And then, you smack yourself in the forehead. And I have been blending my own herbal remedies since I was in my early 20s. And it's part of my Mexican culture. My tia Mina was a curandera, a healer, or a bruja, whichever one you want to call her. A bruja is a witch, but she's a good witch, not a bad witch. And she did all this for us. So I have always been doing herbal remedies. So I got with a friend of mine, and we figured out that we wanted to make herbal teas as herbal remedies. And so I did a lot of reading of the medical research on herbs, and I create teas for specific issues. So we have a woman's health tea.
I can totally
2
vouch
days
for
ago,
that.
Izzy was in, or yesterday, I guess, tons of pain. And what? Oh, your phone call?
I was in
Oh.
tons of pain, literally doubled over, cannot breathe. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, I think I got Mary's tea. Because I literally go to it right away, go brew myself a good pot, and I sip it away. And slowly, my pain all eased away. And then the next day, it came back. And I'm like, okay, I'm brewing that tea again. So I've been drinking that tea for like a week. It has been helping so much. Because every time I start sipping it, it's like you can feel it subsides. And you're like, oh, thank God. So it really does work, I have to say.
We have a special guest online we have to talk to, but real quick, it's SoaringSwineAcres.com. Besides wonderful teas, you've got honeys that are incredible. I just bought one from you. It's a hatch chili infused in honey. I can't wait
Hot
for that.
stinger honey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stinger honey.
they have everything. So highly recommend this. The store is in Yucaipa. It's on California. But the website is SoaringSwineAcres.com. And, for someone like me, besides being a great foodie, I'm also, diabetic, type 2 diabetes. So I got to watch
We
myself.
have a tea for that.
We'll talk about
Ooh,
that.
we have to get one.
But I'm also always on a low-carb diet. And one of my favorite treats for me is chicharrones, pork rinds.
chicharrones.
They're crispy. You can bake with them. You can do all kinds of stuff. And some of them are really, really good, and some are just awful. The ones you buy in the store, I mean, the big major ones are, they make them 10 million pounds at a time. But there's a brand that we've tried that I really like, and that's why we have her on the line here. Her name is Joanne French, and she's basically an influencer. She has her own website. It's called Joanna Knows Good Food. And Joanna, welcome to the Let's Dine Out show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
I'm excited to talk about chicharrones and the holidays and all the good stuff
Good.
that's coming up.
Well, let's talk a little bit about yourself, and then let's talk about Pepe's, which is a great chicharrones that you don't see. A lot of different stores here have it, but some don't. And Well, I think they should. So let's talk about that a little bit and yourself a little bit.
Yeah, so John and Those Good Food is a site that's all about food, food, food. It started in 2007, and it has just grown from, 7 readers, which are my friends and family looking at it, to now it's spread, and it's been great to me. And, I love to just share my recipes, drink mixes, cocktail reviews, restaurant reviews, pretty much anything food news related. We spend a lot of time exploring that on John and Those Good Food.
Oh, that's great.
And, today is no different, talking more about the holidays, which is one of my favorite times of year because there's so many ways that you can, play with food and just, you can have fun with lots of different ingredients. It's the time of year to do it.
And meal planning doesn't have to be really fancy. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. That's what's so nice about people like you and Mary talk about ways to make things quicker and just as good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite things to do is obviously plan the meal in advance. Create a holiday meal plan that'll make you a little more efficient, and it'll allow you to save money, in your grocery spending. One thing me and my family, we love to do is we delegate. Like if that's your strong, suit is making potato salad, then you are the potato salad person.
Right. Now,
you make
sense.
green beans great, you do that.
Right. That's great. Now, let's talk about Pepe's a little bit because there's a lot of different products like this around, pork rinds and stuff, but this one's really different, really, really good.
Yeah, well, Pepe's is really awesome because it's like truly authentic chicharrones. And if you make chicharrones at home, you know that it can be a little, it's a delicate thing. Like it can be really, it's a process that doesn't take that long, but you want to get it just right. And what I like about Pepe's is they do that. They give you this crunchy snack that like families love. It's high protein ingredients, but it's like both nostalgic and satisfying. And to your point, it's great. You can find it at Vallarta Markets and El Super. And it can go, with a lot of different things, especially during this holiday season.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Now, I know you mentioned, you saw a little thing here about turkey stuffing, Mexican turkey stuffing. And Mary's looking at me. Mary's part Hispanic, part
Mississippi redneck.
Mississippi redneck. So she's looking at me like Mexican turkey stuffing. So let's talk about that a little bit. That's unusual.
Yeah, relleno de pavo. It's really a mixture of like some ground beef, pork, bacon, chorizo, lots of, fun nuts, pecans, almonds, raisins, prunes, onions, stalks, and red apples and green olives, of course, and garlic and black pepper, thyme, salt, a little bit of white wine, and it comes together. And, in a dish, basically you're mixing all this together, and you can find, obviously, these recipes online at pepesnacks.com, and you just bake it, and there you have it. Now, I personally would probably add in the pepes just to give maybe a little crunch or something a little bit different.
Definitely.
Something fun and different, and substitute that maybe for the bacon if you want. And just crush it up and do it that way. But, that's the wonderful thing about stuffing is you can kind of have fun with it.
Yeah, with Pepe's too, what I've done with that is grind it up really good. I use some almonds sometimes with it, but I'll bread things, and then I don't fry it because it will come apart, but I bake it.
You air fry it.
Air fryer is great. I love that. But chicharrones are great for that reason. The other thing too, which is really unusual, a lot of people think it's full of fat and cholesterol. It's really not, because a lot of the fat, really bad stuff, is taken out of it. And so what you get is a lot of flavor. You get the crunch, which if you're on a low-carb diet, that's the biggest problem. It's outside of eating celery and carrots all your life. But this is a great opportunity to have it. And again, like everything else, you got to be moderate if you have heart problems or anything. But it's still okay to eat because, I've had a heart problem, and my doctor said, yeah, you can have it. Just be careful with it and make sure they're different. Some of them are higher than others. Pepe's is perfect. It's light.
Yep.
It's seasoned lightly but perfect, and it's my go-to one. I love it.
Oh yeah, no, it's delicious. It's and like I said, it's a versatile snack. So you can keep it around the table to entertain guests before you serve the main course, or to your point, you could use it as a topping. Definitely crush it up. Use it on top of your salads this holiday season. Make things easier for yourself.
Right. Now, they come in a lot of different flavors, and that's what's so nice about it. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the flavors?
Yes. So you can find the different flavors of Pepe's at pepesnacks.com.
Okay.
And like I said, like you can mix it up and, use it as a traditional topper, or you can use it as a base for a lot of your dishes. I like to serve it as a snack. So
yeah, there's chili and lime, which I really like. There's
there's
cheese,
chili lime. That's
one.
a great one. And you can also have fun with that, with serving it with your drinks this season.
Right.
A nice chili lime with like a nice tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun with that.
That'll go good with that. So that's really great. Now, in terms of stores, those supermarkets are they're all around Hispanic markets. They're all around us in Southern California, in our area here. So that's probably the one that people can go to. And again, their website is pepesnacks.com. That's Pepe, P-E-P-E, snacks.com. And again, like I tell people, I don't like everything, but if a food critic likes something, guess what? You are too. And, you will. And for parties, it's great. A lot of people don't know about it. Let's put it that way. Some people you talk to, like, ew, but then after they eat it, it's like, wow, this is really good. And so I think that's the important thing, is have people try it, and don't be afraid. That's the main thing. And you can do a lot of stuff with it. Nachos. I went to a party, and they used cheese over it. Like it was almost like a cheesy dip, like a Velveeta cheese dip with chili and stuff. But it was over this, and it was like, wow, this is really good, rather than chips and stuff. So good stuff. Good stuff. Any new flavors are coming out with in the future? Any new products?
Well, definitely you want to try like the red pepper. To your point, try the chili and lime, and then of course your traditional is delicious.
Right, any of them good. So
and the habanero. That's really.
Yeah. What's good too is
flavor.
the habanero and all those. It's not killer spicy. Some things are just so hot you can't eat it. This one you can.
Yeah, no.
Well,
So the website is Pepe, P-E-P-E-S, snacks, snacks.com.
Great. Well, Joanna, thank you so much. Any parting words?
Yeah, no. Happy holidays and enjoy. Have fun with it. Do something different that you haven't done before.
Sounds good. Happy eating. You take care.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Real quick, we only have a few minutes left. 2 minutes left. Real quick. How many times a month you have something called? They're like little tea parties.
Yes.
And basically, it's a way to just meet people and talk and just get to know people. And a lot of people are shut-ins. They don't go very far. They don't, they like to stay home. They don't make many friends. And this is how got you started. And that's what you invited us to today.
Yes.
And lovely people, really nice people. You get to eat free food, folks. So
Yep.
And taste these lovely products,
Right.
all their lovely products, including the teas.
Yep.
Mary bought all these teas, and we didn't get to talk about it, so sorry, Mary.
That's
but
okay.
It was a
Another
three-course dinner with tons of stuff. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing is you get to taste a lot of different things. And at the store, what's nice about the store, you can go in there. She has always samples for you, always. And they don't have everything. They run out sometimes, but they give you pretty much as you want. So.
But the tea party does require reservations.
Yes, tea parties are always free. We've had all of our china and crystal donated. Our tables and chairs and linens are donated by Sullivan's Party Supply. Wonderful
It's
company.
community backed. So.
Yes, exactly.
How do people get a hold of you?
All they have to do is contact me either through Facebook, Soaring Swine Acres on Facebook, or give me a call. My number is on the website, SoaringSwineAcres.com, and get a reservation. We'd love to have you.
Great. Mary, thank you so much for joining us. Folks, I really appreciate you listening to the show, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Have fun, eat a lot of good food, and we'll see you in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, or at Mary's.
Let's talk about it. Happy eating, everybody.
Happy eating.
KCAA, where every day is a great day. KCAA, Loma Linda.
This segment sponsored by the generous support of the Dream Team. Looking for the keys to something bigger and better? Downsizing or relocating to the perfect spot? Oscar Ramirez from Century 20.